Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Okay, at this time here, I make the motion that we open the conditional use hearing for Gregory Schneck on this 25th day of January 2017 at 8 p.m. At this time here, I will turn it over to our solicitor.
This is the date and time advertised for the public hearing of the Board of Supervisors of Penn Township based upon the conditional use application submitted by Gregory Schneck for the purpose of selling foods out of a self-contained food truck at the location of 1900 State Road, Penn Township, Perry County. That application was received by the Board of Supervisors. Thereafter, on January 5th, 2017, Mr. Schneck was provided letter and notification of the dates at which his conditional use application would be reviewed by both Planning Commission and Board of Supervisors. Public notice was then provided and advertised in newspaper of current circulation, and proof of publication has been received and is made part of the file. In addition, neighboring property owners were notified specifically by the township, and the township did post the property with a copy of this notice. That was done by Helen. Copies of the posting and the mailing addresses to those to whom it were mailed are likewise being made part of the record, as well as Mr. Schneck's conditional use application. The reason for the request on the application is listed as selling American traditional ethnic foods out of a self-contained food truck. As part of the application, Mr. Schneck provided number of employees, working hours, estimated traffic, customer traffic estimations. Advised us where his fresh water supply, brown water, sewage, waste, and refuge would be disposed of, provided a safe service certification as well as a retail food facility license, a sketch plan of the location of the property at which the food truck would be placed, along with a, I'm going to call it a plan of a property plan which shows the widths, the depths, the square footage of the property, total acreage. And then provided us information with regard to where he is dumping sewage facility, and likewise we advised Mr. Schneck that should he want a court reporter be provided. That has been waived.
This is new stuff. This is where he's putting this.
Right.
This is
Mr. Schneck, could you come forward, please?
And this is the planning commission's recommendations.
Okay. Oh, let me back up before I have you speak. Planning Commission on January 23rd, 2017, reviewed the conditional use, voted unanimously to inform the Board of Supervisors that they feel the use is conducive with the area, with the condition that no disposal of water is on site and fresh water is brought in. Other than the information you provided to the board, do you have any additional information, corrections that you would like to give to them?
No, just the working hours, the days, and the flying days, the disposal of gray water.
And we will accept all of that information as part of the record and as part of the conditions and facts upon which the Board of Supervisors will make their decision. Okay. Nothing further at this point?
No.
All right.
I don't need anything else, do I? No.
No, just wanted to make sure you didn't have any corrections,
Right.
anything further to tell the board.
Right.
All right. Prior to turning over to the board for discussion and vote, I would ask if there's any public questions or comments with regard to the application.
Yes, what is the discharge of the gray water?
It's just hand wash water from the sink.
And where will that be going?
It's going to be going to Flying J in Carlisle. They have full services there.
Okay, but you will be retaining that and
Correct.
transporting that yourself?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Lee?
Just a comment, I think it's a great thing to have more business come into the area.
Anyone else?
What are the intended hours of operation?
Intended hours are 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that's because of the daylight change all the time. We'll probably be there during daylight hours.
7 days a week?
Yes, that's the intent. Unless we do have another event or something that came up.
Any other questions? If not, turn it over to the chairman, Mr. Peters, for the purpose of board questions, discussion, and/or action.
What type of food will you be serving out of the truck?
Basically American traditional, which is, you know, hamburgers, French fries, into ethnic like halupkis, pierogies, city chicken, my wife makes, and, you know, maybe a special of the day, which may be a platter or so, something of that sort.
Okay.
Has a full kitchen in it, so it's, could be pretty diverse, you know, different every day, or, you know, staple items and then something a little different.
Okay. And the gray water, is that going to be retained in a tank within the truck or?
Within the truck, yes.
Within the truck.
There's it's in around 60-gallon gray water tank.
And then you, again, freshwater tanks?
Is in around 40-gallon.
And is this truck powered by electricity or is it going to be propane?
Oh, yes, it's powered by a Honda generator, and it's propane also.
Okay.
The units inside.
Is
are
the generator self-contained or is it a unit that will sit out on the ground?
It's contained on the truck,
in the
yes.
truck? Okay. And you do have the proper fire extinguishers
Correct,
and those things
yes.
equipped inside the
Correct,
vehicle?
everything.
Okay.
That was part of the state certification.
And you have all the proper insurances?
Yes.
Any questions?
No, I don't believe so.
In conjunction with the other food truck, where are you gonna be in location to that?
Right across from it, but in front of the building, parallel to the roadway, back to the curb, not up close to the road, but
Hand drawing. Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna be closer to the building, not to the road?
yes.
Okay. All right, I don't have any further questions.
At this time, the Board of Supervisors has the ability to take action on the plan. You do have a recommendation of a planning commission and some conditions that the planning commission has recommended that you place on the acceptance of the conditional use application for consideration.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we go ahead and accept the request for the conditional use for the purpose of the food truck with the conditions from the board, the Penn Township Planning Commission, which met on January 16, 2017, given their full consensus of approving this unanimously, with the condition that no disposal of water is on site and fresh water is brought in.
Mr. Schenk, do you agree with those conditions?
Yes.
Okay. With those conditions being accepted, approved by the board, Do I have a second?
You have a second, sir.
All right, any discussion?
No, sir, not at this time.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Conditional use has been permitted.
Mr. Schenck, MPC requires that I can either provide you a multi-page written finding of fact and statement of law conclusion of the Board of Supervisors, or you may waive that and I can simply send you a letter, or Helen advising you that your conditional use has been approved subject to the two conditions. Do you waive the official findings of fact and conclusion of law?
Yes, I'll just take a letter, that's fine.
Thank you. With that, the hearing will close.
Get a book.
I now make a motion at